This is Tin Caps Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Welcome back to Tin Caps on Deck, presented by Hoopie Insurance Services. Saturday night baseball right here in suburban Grand Rapids. Game 5 of this 6-game series for your Fort Wayne Tin Caps, taking on the West Michigan Whitecaps. Joined today by Fort Wayne outfielder Alex McCoy, our pregame guest. Alex, 3 runs batted in your first 2 innings of last night's game. First one, a double the first inning, swinging right away at the first pitch. Has that just kind of been the approach for yourself in this group this week?
Yeah. I think the Whitecaps, they're a very fastball-heavy team, pitching-wise, I feel like. So the key was, our offense got off to a slow start the first 2 games, and the key is just to go out there and be aggressive. And I think last night we all went in the same mindset and just, swing the bat and put the ball in play, good things happen. So, yeah.
You mentioned the struggles to begin this week. You guys come out yesterday, tying the season high, 16 hits as a group. What does that do for this team and this clubhouse midway through this series?
Yeah, it gives us confidence. I think, just going out there getting 16 hits and winning a game, we can do it. We're all capable of coming out here and competing. And I think that just knowing that we can come out here and win a game, that's how it starts. Hopefully we can go these next 2 games and just, get after it and hopefully replicate what we did last night. Yeah.
That double that you had in the first inning yesterday, you're 23rd of the season. You lead the Midwest League in doubles so far this season. You've described yourself often as a gap-to-gap hitter, having and displaying that gap-to-gap power pretty frequently here this season. What part of your approach really allows you to stay true and stick to that label?
Yeah, I think my approach has changed multiple times this season, but I think overall, just being aggressive and hopping on that first pitch in the zone. I think the early in the count I can swing, the better for me. I think later in counts I don't have as much success. So I think just, hopping on the first pitch I see and not missing it. It's been a big plus for me this year. So.
It's interesting that you say, changing approaches throughout the season. A lot of times you talk to guys and they say, well, I like to stay true to my approach, and my approach only throw 132. It's a long season.
Yeah.
I mean, things are going to change, without, specifics or not specifics. Just, what part of your approach has a change and had to adjust and had to adapt it with Midwest League pitching this year?
Yeah. Early on, it was, being the fastball, and that worked out for me, obviously. And then after that, they saw I get the fastball. So then it was, kind of being on off speed. And then I feel like now it's, I'm getting more fastballs. I'm kind of getting an even mix of both. So just trying to, like I said earlier, just, hop on the first pitch, whether it's a hanging curveball or a fastball in the middle, just, just shrinking the zone and, squaring the ball up, really just, just trying to, take game to game, pitcher to pitcher, and just, find success in that. So.
After winning Player of the Month in April, you started to see a lot more breaking balls in the beginning of May. Was that probably the biggest adjustment in terms of whether it was your swing or your approach that you had to go through at the plate this season?
Yeah, I think after coming off that season, obviously, not that season, that month, you obviously see that teams, they know who you are, they know what you can do, obviously, and they pitch you differently. And that was the biggest patch in my season where I kind of went through a little rut. We played Beloit after that, and, I just didn't really have an approach going into that week. I kind of just try to, be on the fastball, and they threw me out at all speed. So that I learned from that week going forward, just, understanding that I have to adjust to the game, and the game will adjust to me. So, yeah.
A new group pop in here these last few weeks. Guys joined us in Lake County in the last road trip, and it's kind of just continued its way here into West Michigan. Obviously, you're familiar with all these guys from spring training, from camp, and even your time last year in Lake Elsinore. What's it been like with the new faces in this clubhouse?
Yeah, they're a fun group. Like you said last year, I got to spend some time with them in Lake E, and they're fun. They're I had to get after it. They're very competitive. I know Lake E is a fun team. They got those steal bases and, kind of like talk trash, get chippy. So that's something I feel like is a good thing. Man, yeah, it's a fun group, and I think, all their skill sets definitely helps us in the long run. Yeah, it's definitely a fun clubhouse.
I want to take back last week, 4th of July. I can't believe it's already been a full week since that game. 4 hours, 48 minutes. We've asked everyone this week we've talked to on the pregame show, just how crazy was that? Is that the craziest game you've ever been a part of?
Yeah, the game was crazy. It was it's like typically in extra innings, a team scores first or whatever, they typically win. But I mean, it was crazy going back and forth, multiple times and going 14 innings. It was fun. No better game to be a part of on 4th of July, I feel like, and yeah, it was fun to be a part of that and just, get a cool fireworks show after that too. So that was a fun game. Yeah.
Big day here today. It's the first day of the Major League Baseball draft. The draft will end up tomorrow. Obviously, you, an undrafted free agent guy, and you've made quite the story for yourself here throughout professional baseball. What's the message that you give to any guy who's not going to hear their name called these next 2 days, and just how to make the most of any opportunity thrown their way?
Yeah, I mean, no matter if you pick first or undrafted free agent, I mean, the opportunity's out there. You know, if a team calls you and, you know, they want to sign you, I say take the opportunity. And, you know, once you're there, you know, you're all in the same place as the first rounder, second round, and third rounder. So, I mean, once you're in Arizona or Florida, wherever you're ending up, I mean, just ball, work hard, and you're there for a reason. You know, I feel like pro teams don't give out contracts just to anybody. You know, they see something in you and, you know, just take what you can and still get it. Yeah.
Andy Ockerman with Alex McCoy before first pitch on this Saturday night. One last question for you. You guys dropped the first 3 of this series. Big win last night. Still have an opportunity to split this series heading into the All-Star break. What's the key for this group to get it done these next 2 days?
Yeah, the key is to honestly not think about the All-Star break. Just go out here, you know, play these next 2 games and give it all we got. And I think if we all come out here and want to end off on a good note going into the break, I think we come out here like last night, hit the ball, play good defense, and our arms come out there and just throw strikes, and we'll get the job done.
Awesome, Alex. Appreciate the time, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Lineups and first pitch coming up next right here on the Tin Caps Radio Network.
Podcasts by Federated Media.